How come I talk so often about this world that is not real? Because I see so many people lost in this unreal world, and they try to be happy with the appearances of the appearing world. So it will pass, of course. And then they are unhappy and they try again with something else, something new. And they expect a lot of happiness and bliss and joy from that which goes by. So it has to penetrate. First, you have to be willing to listen. And because of you cannot find the happiness outside in the appearing world, this appearing world, then you are willing to listen to what is the matter? Why is this in the world always ups and downs? I had enough. And when that feeling comes, there comes openness to reality, what you really are. You are not that outer side, but the inner side of yourself. And that is the eternal being that is blissful. And then you will not search any longer in the outer world for the happiness. What you expect to have there is, wow, you're so joy and happy. This, wow, I succeeded. I'm so happy. And next day, oh, it's gone. We all know that. So when you are ready, you can turn inside to that which knows this and sees all this, and then you can take a distance from it. And that doesn't mean that you disappear. No, the world disappears because it is just appearance. It will disappear slowly, and in the meantime, the inner self will be more experienced and stronger there. Although it cannot be strong as inner self because it is the totality of your being, but to be aware of it, to experience it, that will go stronger and more often and deeper. So give it your time, and then the inner self will do the rest. Happiness waits for you. Be sure of that. When fully understood and realized, this world is nothing more than an appearance, you will not have elation nor sorrow, because it is just an appearance. The great bliss of understanding that is inside. It has nothing to do with the appearance of the outside. Only when the appearance outside was believed, then it touches the inner feelings of good and bad. If you believe the world, you are depending on what is happening in that world, and it makes you happy or it makes you sad, with all consequences. Happy and you want more of it, and sad and you want to run away from it. But it is only appearance in your mind. It's not real. So this appearance of the world cannot give you bliss, and it cannot give you sorrow. It is not there. It is just a movie. What you are is the one seeing it. Enjoying it or not doesn't matter. But the joy is not from the world, it's inside. And that's touched by understanding that all outside is not real. then the reality inside is felt and experienced, and there is nothing that can be equal to that bliss of being. You all the time, it's in you. Be aware of that. That's all. Be happy. You are happy. And this understanding that the world is not real, it is something that you can get by attention to that fact. That you don't believe the world anymore and go after things that make you glad. Just let it be. And that is what you can do to make the inner feeling stronger of being. Being inside is totally filled with bliss. And going out is just depending on what is going on. And you can do that by yourself, by giving attention to that inner reality and not going out anymore with expectations or whatever. But when it is understood, strongly understood inside, that the world outside is just appearance, then from inside the beingness starts to grow, because there is no more input from the outer world that take the attention away. It is fully there inside. But as you go outside with your mind, you cannot experience it. So that's the thing that you can do. Don't go with the mind in the world. That is just appearances. But stay in your inner self and don't expect an explosion of bliss and happiness. That was only in the outer world appearing because you wanted something and sometimes you got it and there was wow. But that's passing by. It's not a reality. It's a movie, a film, it's appearance. The reality of what you are is totally full, blissful being. Bliss is not something that shouts or it doesn't want to prove itself. It needs nothing. It is itself enough, and it is now inside. Give it your full attention. You will be in that bliss. And then the world will appear, but it will be a totally different world. It will be colorful, and even the black days will be shining. Because you see it from the bliss inside. Do your best. You will succeed, because the bliss inside is calling you home. Come to me. I am calling you to my happiness, it says. Come. I will make you happy because I have so much happiness inside. Come, taste it. Be here. That's what you really are. The bliss. Happy. I wish you all so much bliss experience that you will die in it. The dying ego, the dying person, the dying outer world. Just be in yourself. There's so much bliss. This is yours. And the other side of that, what you thought you were, let it die, let it disappear. It can disappear with the disappearance of the world, because that what you thought you were belonged to that world. It's not the truth. It is the dream. And the dream will pass. Wake up and be your own blissful self. Happy, happy. I wish you all the best. Whatever happens in your life, if you give your life to God, the highest good, it will be good what happens. Because God is good, and that goodness takes care of you. Even if you don't like it, it will be good, and it will make you see reality. It slowly will bring you to your real self if you give your life to God, the highest good. He takes over, and you have nothing to worry about. It will be done. And even if you don't surrender your life to God, the goodness, still it will go as it goes. And the difference is that you feel obstruction and unhappy. And you want things different, and so you are not in peace. If you surrender all to God, all is well, because God will bring you to the best place ever. That's what will happen if you dare to give up. It's so amazing to feel that value of that wisdom. God will take over. This worldly life is not even the reality. It is a dream. And if you suffer in it, you will feel it. Although it is not real, you will suffer from the difficulties of your own obstruction. If you go with it, the sooner you are in your home place, the goodness of the God self. That self is you. It is now inside you. And whatever happens, if you give yourself to that goodness inside, it will bring you home as soon as possible. Dare to give yourself to goodness and love. It's not difficult. The ego wants to take the wheel, the steering wheel, and command your life. But the ego has brought pain so far, and it cannot bring anything else but pain. So you dare to listen to your ego, and you don't dare to listen to the love? Wow, this is a strange world. It is indeed. Be good, you are good. God will take over. Be happy. It cannot be this world. The truth. It cannot be. If there is one creator for all these movements and happenings, and this creator is the one aware of all these movements, that's insane. The movements, the actions, the happenings in this world cannot be done by so many people separated. It cannot be apart. All those billions and billions of happenings and movements in this moment, all over the globe. It can only be that it happens in the mind of the one observer, the one creator, the one imagining it. There are no billions and billions of forms busy all over the place. These billions and billions and billions of forms are all players in the mind of the one creating them, the one making it up, the one visualizing it, the one being, the one entity that oversees his own imagination. That's the truth. All that happens around you is not reality. It is the dream of the only one existence. And that is awareness, consciousness, God, the self. All those names point to that one energy. One energy imagines all those forms. It makes you so happy because you are neither all those forms nor the one seeing it or the one feeling separated from it. What you are is this creating energy, this dreaming entity that shows to itself its own dream. You show your dream to yourself. It's true. There are no billions of forms. There's only one making it up. That's you. And it is the belief in all those forms around you, and to be concerned and to see you cannot help, that makes you worry and compassion and painful for the suffering of the ones around you. And you are with empty hands, not able to help. That makes you understand the reality of all. It is the play of forms in your own beingness. You are that overlooking, seeing witness and involved because it hurts. But you see all those people and animals suffer, and you cannot help. You are with empty hands. So to feel yourself better, there is a change of insight. There is this vision that all this, what you see around the world, the suffering, the wars, the misunderstanding, all that is happening in your awareness, in your consciousness. So it must be in you, and you are the observer of it. And you suffer, but when you start to understand that this only is happening in you, in your awareness, that means that you are the one entity that is the awareness. But you are still aware of happenings and movements, and they hurt. And slowly you start to see it is just a play in your own mind. And when it is a play, you can loosen yourself. For when your attention is on it, you see it and you suffer. And when your attention is not on that point, but a walk in the sunlight with roses around, then the suffering disappeared. So what is the matter? It is only there when your attention is on it. That doesn't mean go ahead, world, and you suffer and I don't care. No, it is all inside you. One moment it is sunny and warm and nice, and other moment it is painful and trouble. So there must be only one observer, and it is you yourself making it up. You are the one imagining all the happenings and actions in all the billions of forms in your own consciousness. So when it is inside you, you know you are not that happening. You are peaceful in the bed in night, you sleep. So what is it that you are? Are you all those billions of people suffering? Are you the nice moments with the flowers and the sunlight? Are you the one sleeping in peace? Well, you are neither of it. It is all imagination in your own consciousness, and in the sleep it is gone. The mind doesn't work. So whatever happens and how much painful it is only in your mind. You see the faces of the people you love and they are in pain and trouble. You see their eyes with desperate look and you try to help. But it is your own pain that you feel. There are other moments that those people come smiling and laughing. So it is an ocean of happenings, and it is all inside your own consciousness. It's changing. You are the witness, the soul, the one seeing it. Even you make it up. It is your own dream. But if that's a step too far, you can see it as the dream of God, the one creator who wants to experience itself, himself. The one that says, oh, I cannot be all that forms. I am not that, I am not that. Neti, neti. Not this, not that. So what leaves that? I am this. Tattvam asi. I am. And that is better if you cannot feel that you are this, yourself are this creator. Not yet, it will come. You cannot do that, it will come from inside. The creating energy in you will open up and take you home to the peace. But be sure that all that happens around you is only inside. It isn't happening, a drama inside. Because it's not 100% there, it's changing. So it must be something that is made up, coming and going. It is the dream. It is God's dream in you. And you see it, so you must be that God. Let it happen, it will open up. You will be free. You are free, and slowly, slowly you will be sure that it is like that. Convinced and realized it is only you, the only one existence. Be happy. You could say, well, it is making me free, but the others are not helped with it. They are still in their trouble and pain. Yes, if you see them as separated from you, they are. And there will be others and will be more, because all of them will point you to the fact that all is happening inside. And when you can find that peace inside, it will change the world for you. I don't know how, but the positive fact that you know all is inside you in your own awareness, then the awareness will become lighter and it will spread out. The energy It will help the others also, what you still see as others. But all inside you is a dance of plus and minus. The opposites are dancing inside you. And the opposites take form in persons around you. But they are still inside. Because you feel what they feel, so the feeling is inside. So just work for yourself to free yourself of this energy and of the fact that you see everything outside of you. Try to see it as your own inner being in that form. That's the truth, it is like that. And then in that inner being, in that form, will feel better. It will make it better because your energy will be more positive. It is not the suffering that makes you stronger and thicker. You make it open. So there will be a relief for yourself, your inner self, and it will radiate. Although there is no one outside of you, still the surroundings will be uplifted. But it is a work inside, it's a job, a hard job to do. Good luck. How could it be possible that the God, who is love himself, can stand all those pain and terrible, horrible suffering in the world? How can it be that he can stand it, that it happens? He is aware that it all happens in his own dream world, in his own creation. He creates the opposites. He split himself in one piece remained, the silent piece, and the other went in the billions of forms in the creation, opposites of each other. And all that time, the God could stand that. He could see it, how it worked in all those billion forms, and all the time he knew that it was his own play, and he stayed in peace because he was that peaceful part that remained silent. This is happening in you. You have this peaceful, silent part in you, and one part of you went into creation of opposites. And that's what you see around you. People here, people there, and troubles. And well, that's the opposite, because you also see people enjoying a beer on a vacation. So that is also in you. Everything is just inside you. Even your own personal being is inside you. It plays a role, and the part in you that remains silent and peaceful, that is your home. So if you concentrate on that part, this creation will go on, but it will be before your birth and after your birth. It will be all going on, this creation, because you just was thrown in it with your body form. But it was already there, and it is your own, I don't say this form, but your consciousness, your awareness made it up. You created it to see your own freedom by means of these opposites. Thank you, world. Thank you, dream. You woke me up. Okay. You are peaceful. You are the part that stayed, remained silent and peaceful. You are not that moving part inside of you. Okay. It's more easy if you can imagine yourself as energy but I mean the current, electricity. Suppose you were electricity and the billions of machines working on you, and the lights and whatever, the motors and all things that use energy, the refrigerators and you can call it all those forms. They use and they work and they move on your electricity, on you. Suppose you were that electricity, and then you would be confused. You would think that you were all those machines. You would be rather confused. One time you are an electric scooter, and another time you are a washing machine, and then you are also the computers, and it would be so confusing. But that's what I mean. You see that you make all those things move. You are this electricity that makes it work. In that way you can visualize the idea that you are this God that makes all forms move. But all those forms are not separated from the one that makes them move. The electricity has to work for the refrigerator. If there is no electricity, it doesn't work. So if God is not in that form, alive and working, that form doesn't work. Then it is dead. That's why we die. It is to have the idea and to be aware that there is only one energy making all those forms, and this is inside you. Inside is the energy, the awareness, the God being, the knowledge, the awareness that is aware and witnessing all the movements inside itself. So all the electricity is aware of all the apparatus and the machines working on that current, that electricity. So God is aware of all the movements that are working and acting and moving on His power. That's and then He knows that it is all happening inside Him, and you are this knower, so it must be that you are this God. But don't make God something so special and far away. God is just another word for beingness, for life, for awareness, for goodness, for love. There is only one, and that is you inside you. If the ocean would have consciousness, it could lose itself in all those billions of waves all over the world. Waves coming up, waves going down, waves breaking, waves being overwhelmed by other big waves, small waves losing themselves in the current and being dropped on the shore. All those billions of waves that change every second, what would that make the ocean? It would, if it was aware of that, it would go to a mental hospital. If it was thinking it was all those billions forms all the time, like all the atoms. No. Those waves are appearing in the ocean, and they come up and they go down again. They descend. And all the time this ocean stays itself. That's a good example for us human beings to know that we are only the one energy in which all movements of this world appear and disappear. It is the oceans of our brain waves. And if we think we are those brain waves, well, we go mad and go to a mental hospital. But we can suffer enormous before we really start to understand we are this peaceful energy that oversees it all. It's all happening inside us. And all those forms around that we see as different and separated from us, they also will come to the conclusion sooner or later that they are not this separated form, but they are in a plane of awareness, the play of consciousness of that one energy that makes up all those forms. There's one ocean with all moving forms that come and go in itself. And that's what this life is. All forms that come and go and disappear in itself. This self inside. All is happening inside. And the peaceful part of us inside sees it and observe. It remains silent. So you can remain silent every day again and again as you are aware of the fact that you are not all those movements inside you. You are the silence. Peace, peace, peace. I'm traveling a day, I'm traveling a year, I'm traveling a lifetime to find my way home. Home is where the heart is, home is where the heart is, home is where the heart is, my heart is with you. Home is where the heart is, home is where the heart is, my heart is with you. I'm traveling a day, I'm traveling a year, I'm traveling a lifetime to find my way home. Home is where the heart is, home is where the heart is, home is where the heart is, my heart is with you. Home is where the heart is, home is where my heart is, my heart is with you. The heart is with you.